Hey there Capricorn, welcome to your July 2025 intuitive tarot reading. I'm super excited to jump into these energies for you. Now, if you are returning, welcome back Capricorn. Great to have you call in for another reading. And if you are a newbie, welcome. My name is Bronya. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. Thanks for being here. Now, if you do enjoy this reading, please do like, share, comment. Most importantly, hit the subscribe button. Keeps the readings flowing and the channel growing. So that would be an amazing energy exchange between us. And drop me a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You know I love to hear. Okay, so we've got lots of space here because in just a moment, Capricorn, we are going to build you a cultic cross. But I am starting this reading by just recapping on your July energies from our 2025 year ahead reading we did here for you on the channel. And for your July, you had the Eight of Swords clarified with the Empress. All right, so the Empress is this beautiful creation energy, right? She wants to birth with you. What are you birthing? Are you on a fertility conception journey? Are you birthing a business? Are you birthing more abundance, a new home, an investment, good health? It can be all of those things or one of those things, right? But the Eight of Swords is the perceived or real block, right? It's the entrapment. It's feeling like I can't make this happen. But a lot of that is in the mind, or maybe needing to see things from a different viewpoint, a different perspective. Sometimes we need to get out of our own way. Sometimes we need to look beyond, where we might feel, obligated, or that you've signed a contract. I couldn't get out of that. There's usually a way, as long as you are operating with integrity. I also notice how this person is bound around the third eye, heart and gut, all the intuitive centers. So this is not something that you can just logic your way through. There is answers in the heart, in the gut, in the body, in the intuition for how to move forward. And maybe you've had some kind of loss or disappointment along this journey, but I think that there is going to be information that you can use to get back on track. Now, Capricorn, we have your full moon just in 2 days' time, and that is going to be huge. That can really bring completion, it can bring insight, it can bring conclusions around this journey for you. Okay, let's draw you your major arcana. This will be the signifying energy, the center of our cultic cross. We'll read this and then you'll see me draw the rest of the cards, and then we will go back around and read the entire spread. Okay, this is for Capricorn. This is for Capricorn. This is for Capricorn. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy, number 5 in the major arcana. And this is also this energy of commitments, of contracts. It can be wanting a relationship to ascend to higher commitment, exclusivity, de facto marriage, engagement, living together, all of those things. In terms of work career, this would be wanting to climb the ladder, maybe to have more authority, accountability. There could be structural changes going on in your workplace as well, and you're wondering, like, how is this going to impact me and what I wanted to create? The Hierophant is really the spiritual teacher. It's the high priest. It's the counterpart of the high priestess. And it's really asking you to dig into your truth and your values. Whatever happens here and whatever you're moving towards, Capricorn, it must align with the vision that you have for your life. And this can be a point of change. All right, well, let's go ahead and draw you your cards. I'll see you back here in just a moment for the read. Okay, Capricorn, these are your cards. Wow, you've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is showing up in your own reading. We've got the Hierophant appearing again, just further amplifying that energy. We also have the Queen of Swords here as well. So let's step through this. Okay, the biggest influence, okay, that crosses you is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is our slowest moving knight in the tarot, and it can be that this has been a slow burn. Whatever you're trying to create, get started or move towards. The Knight of Pentacles can be plodding along, all right? So maybe the journey has taken longer Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles asks you to slow things down, right? And fortify the foundation, to make the plan. We've got to get the soil ready to take the seed, to grow an abundant harvest, right? So we can get to that Three of Cups, like the yield. So what I'm thinking here is, whatever it is you're trying to create, it's like we've got to go back to the elemental, back to the basics. I'm going to use some examples here. They may or may not resonate with your situation. If you are on a conception or fertility journey, you would be being asked to look at all the things like, you know, your stress levels, your sleep levels, your nutrition, your rest of both you and your partners. That's the foundation, right? If this is in work career, it would be, okay, what skills do I need to be able to align to that dream job? If we're starting a business, have we, you know, got the right formula? Are we solving a problem here, or, you know, answering a need or desire? Like, what people really want, you know, what I have to deliver in the world. So you get the picture. It's really asking you to dig into, you know, the deeper core and make your moves from that place. But it is about moving ahead, albeit slowly but surely does win the race. Okay, in the past, the Hierophant, our signifying energy coming through again. So you might feel like you're being spiritually tested in some way, especially if things have been moving slow, or, you know, you're really wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? Everybody else has this outcome. Like, why not me? Like, sometimes we can get into that woe is me with the Eight of Swords. But yeah, like, maybe there has been certain things here that are part of your life lesson, part of your journey. The Hierophant, again, it's change, right? So change is going to be required, a pivot. I'm feeling a pivot here. But also the Hierophant, like I said, it talks about the hierarchy, the infrastructure. Is the infrastructure, not only the foundation, but the full infrastructure in place for what you're trying to achieve here? And if not, in the future energies, it's time to reevaluate, and also reevaluate the use of your time, your effort, your energy in relation to what it is you're trying to create here. So sometimes the Seven of Pentacles asks us to look at the return on our energetic investment. You know, am I starting to see results? Are things growing? And if not, then I need to go back to the drawing board, back to the plan, or pivot and do things differently. That's our Seven of Pentacles. I can see that you are invested in this goal, but I'm considering whether there needs to be some change, a different strategy, a different approach to really bring through that result that you're wanting. Maybe that's why you here are in the known energy, Capricorn, because it feels like there is something that is directly within your control. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, being the minor arcana of the devil energy, which is your major, Capricorn, I always say she's danced with the devil, but she has refocused her energy. And because of that, she's starting to see the growth. She's starting to see the results. So has it been, Capricorn, that maybe your energy, your attention has been too divided, spread too thin, going in other places? How can you harness it? Because we do know that, you know, let's say what grows is where our intention, you know, is flowing. I can't remember the full saying. So energy flows where thought goes. Yeah. So we have to make sure that we're in the laser focus here and everything is lining up. So yeah, Queen of Pentacles in the known. I think that there is something here that you can move, or just honing your own energy, your own outcomes here, your own input, I should say, is going to be important. The unknown energy, Four of Cups. Yeah, I mean, this is a complacency energy, or a checking out energy, or, you know, like feeling like we're disconnecting from the, you know, the goal or the creation, because we're not feeling it anymore, because we're not getting maybe the gratification of seeing the growth that we want. Again, if this is like a business journey or a financial journey, you might be trying to save to Queen of Pentacles, like, you know, create a family, or buy a home, or get ahead, or retire, or, you know, structure your future in some way with this energy. But, you know, it can be quite disheartening in these times. Like, cost of living is through the roof. You know, how much can we put away? You might be thinking, can I ever reach that goal? The thing is that if we're pulling out and we're getting into that energy of scarcity and lack, remember, that is what you're perpetuating. There is a way. Maybe we need to see things from a different perspective. Where are you trying to head? Where are you now? What's the gap? Measure it, and then we can think about strategies to close it. I mean, sometimes the Four of Pentacles is that there could be an offer or opportunity coming in. I mean, Spirit's offering you the Ace of Cups here, which is an emotional new beginning. But if we've already kind of checked out or disconnected, sometimes we don't notice when help is right in front of us, or when somebody has a really good suggestion or is making us a genuine offer. Okay, so in your advice, I have the beautiful Three of Cups. Like, I love this because this is the celebration of the midsummer harvest. This is things peaking. So we started with the Knight of Pentacles, someone who is, you know, planting the seeds and hoping that they will grow and thinking, wow, this is taking a long time. But then with the Three of Cups, we see people that have made it, right? They're celebrating. They've got the fruit. It's bearing fruit, right? So I feel that we have a keep going energy here. I mean, we just came from the Four of Cups, where this person is really focusing on the Three of Cups. I just can't wait to get to that outcome. But maybe it's just feeling, like I said, too slow, or will it ever happen? There's uncertainty around this. Now, we live in a time of instant gratification. We're watching social media all day that appears to make it look like people get overnight success, overnight outcomes, that things come easy, and that is absolutely not reality. I mean, in my personal readings, I've read for a lot of people that say, I want to start my own business, but if it doesn't become profitable in 1 year, I don't want to start it, and I want to know that. Well, like, that is not the norm, guys. Like, we know you should take 3 to 5 years to really build something. I mean, that was definitely my story here with what I'm doing. And we have to be in for the long haul, right? As long as it's trending in the right direction. So I come back and ask you, are your expectations realistic? You know, even if it is a fertility or conception journey, like, lifestyles are different now. That is changing. And we need patience. And sometimes we really need to be, you know, really active in tracking cycles and that sort of thing. So that's just a message for the girlies there. But, you know, we are in really, really different times, and, you know, stress and the pace of life is most definitely changing the game. Let's just say the games. So I think it's possible, but I feel with the Queen of Swords, this is the external influence, re-strategizing. Okay, this is Justice in the minor arcana, Libra energy. I also had, Taurus, we said that, Virgo energy here. So you might be dealing with one of those signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I love that the Queen of Swords is here because she's clarity. And with that clarity, she's only looking forward, right? So you might get some clarity around, you know, what is it that I can do here? Like we said, find out where you are, where you want to head, measure the gap, and then take direct aligned action to, you know, carve forward. That is what brings things into balance. The Queen of Swords can be decisions, it can be boundaries around time and energy as well. For those of you that are looking to make changes in work career, in your environment, Queen of Swords, there could be a new contract opening up, or there could be someone that you speak to that has clarity around you and where you might fit into a certain workplace or a scenario. Because the Queen of Swords can be a sharp shooter, right? Someone who doesn't mince words, somebody who talks with authority and truth, that could be delivering some kind of message, result, or outcome that will bring you the answer, the conclusion that you need to pivot in this journey. And that's kind of like, I'm feeling into that Capricorn with that full moon energy. It could even be this week that, you know, you get that kind of communication. Hopes and fears. Yeah, Seven of Swords. I think this makes a lot of sense now, because I think there is a real fear around this not coming to fruition, or sabotaging it in some way. I didn't try the right thing, or feeling undermined, undervalued. Sometimes this can be worry that we're not engaging with the right people and they're not supporting us, or they don't have our best interests in mind, or they might not follow through in some way. At the end of the day, we can't control other people, Capricorn, but what we can do is create our own energy. And we do know that when we are holding the energy of authenticity and integrity, then generally we will show that up where it doesn't exist in our direct circle. We can feel it, and then we have the opportunity to connect or disengage. So maybe there are inauthentic energies that you're needing to step away from or disengage from this month. My own personal example of this as being quite an intuitive, empathic person is that when I am in the face of somebody who has a lot of layers to their truth, or is, like saying one thing and meaning something on the inside, I feel that so deeply, and how that comes out in me is that I can't communicate authentically back. Not meaning that I tell lies or anything like that, but it's like I can't be natural. It affects my ability to feel grounded and flow in my energy and communication. So I always know that I am in the presence of this energy when I feel that feeling within myself. It's like a suppression. So find out what your bodily cues are. I really feel that we can all tune in, and find out what our own unique signs are for the energy around us. And the outcome, let's uncover it together. The Seven of Wands. Although you feel challenged in some ways towards creating this goal or outcome, you've got the higher ground. And maybe there's been setbacks, Capricorn. Maybe there's been a lot of things against you. Some of them are unexpected, some of them that came out of nowhere. This has made you resilient, tenacious, and determined. And I feel, again, if you flow in alignment, you absolutely can make this happen. Let's get another one, just because we've got that Seven of Wands here. I want to know what else is supporting that outcome for you. 777 is an angel number, just seeing that come through. Of course, we've got the 2 5s, we've got 2 3s here as well. Oh, the King of Swords. So we've now got the King and Queen of Swords, the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. There could be some kind of mutually beneficial partnership that is helpful for you as well. But the King of Swords is Aquarian energy. It is the star in the minor arcana, and it talks about being at a decision point, but we must assess, analyze, weigh up, and really move from the clarity of that place. This will all make sense, how it comes together, when you're a little bit further down the track and looking back in hindsight. Now, that might not sound that helpful now, but what I would suggest is move forward in deep alignment with your truth, okay? And if you do have energies around you that don't feel supportive, doesn't mean to say you have to cut them off, but just don't take the information on. Trust your own truth. Okay, let's get some oracle cards to close us out. Okay, Moonology. Oh, hold your vision. Oh, there's one behind that. Let's go there as well. Oh, and adjustments are required. I always say that is the Justice card in this oracle deck. Hold your vision, but we need to make some changes, right? Adjustments are required. We talked about a pivot. We talked about doing something differently, and that might be through getting some advice from somebody or just feeling into it. Hold your vision. That's what the King of Swords does. Look, he's just staring us down there saying, I'm not moving. I am unshakably in belief that this Empress can birth my creation. And if you don't support me, I'm going to have to override you here. I'm only listening to myself and my truth. Okay, let's get one more oracle to close us out. Using the Universe Has Your Back oracle from Gabrielle Bernstein. I am the dreamer of my dream. Oh my goodness, yes. And what's at the bottom of the deck? I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Letting go of the shadow of the past. Has there genuinely been a disappointment, something that's colored your experience here? Well, maybe there's something to let go there, but remember, you are the dreamer of your dream. And when we put a plan, when we put action to it, when we're open to making the adjustments that are required, when we're open to the pivot, we keep our eyes on the prize, we step away from unsupportive energies, we reevaluate when we need to and take the spiritual lessons on board, then essentially we find ourselves in the position of celebrating the outcome like these people are here. Okay, Capricorn, well, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please do a like, share, comment, hit subscribe to support the channel. If you would like to follow up with a personal reading or healing, I will link you to my website down below, and you can find me on the socials, Instagram and TikTok, if you'd like, different daily tune-ins. I share a little bit more about different spiritual concepts and my own journey there as well. So I'd love to have you there if you choose to follow along. Have a brilliant month. I am sending you so much love and magic, and I'll see you back here for plenty more readings along the way. Bye for now.